seem to care for their company. It's a constant cause for conversation that seems to second me.
Welcome to Acute Mania Live. Streaming from Shinston, West Virginia. Here's your host, Scott Arnold.
Hello! Hello, cat. My cat just walked in. Welcome to Acute Mania Live. Russ is with me from Scotland, near Glasgow, Scotland. And Electric Kiwi is his business. We'll talk about that and a whole bunch of stuff. Welcome, Ross. It's nice to have you.
Hey, thanks very much for having me. I'm looking forward to seeing the cat, by the way.
What is it?
I'm looking forward to seeing the cat.
Well, he's a pain in the ass. He's been. Come on, jump. Ross wants to see you. He'll jump up eventually. He's been losing weight. Like he doesn't take on nutrients for some reason, so he's real skinny. Not like real bad, but let's see if I get. He's really light. This is him. This is Murphy.
Oh, hey, buddy.
There, zoom in on him. There you go. Okay. Yeah, he's scratching me. Okay. All right. Have fun. See ya. Now he'll stand there and meow. Now I took him to the vet, and he's they don't know what's up with him. It's really expensive to get any kind of test for animals, because there's no insurance and there's no, good health care for animals. I mean, I guess you can get like pet insurance and stuff, but whoever really thinks that, something major is going to go down with your pet, but I think the next step was to get him an ultrasound, but the vet that I go to doesn't do that. I have to go to somebody else. So he has to refer me somewhere. But before that, he wants to do a blood test, and it's $700. I really like my cat. I really do. But, I mean, what do you do, though? Because people think that you're horrible. You're a horrible person if you don't, save him. There's a billion cats out there, But you can't, What do you think? What would you do? Would you pay $700? U.S.
I guess it would depend on how worried I was and how concerned the vet was that there was something seriously wrong.
I mean, he still eats just fine. He still drinks water. He still washes himself because how they say if they quit cleaning themselves, it's. But he plays. He jumps. But he just doesn't gain. He actually loses weight. He doesn't gain any weight. He's real skinny in the back. But he's himself. He's laying on my lap right now. He's fine.
Yeah, if he's eating, drinking, playing, if he's doing all the stuff that a cat would do, then
I just don't want to find him one day because he doesn't get nutrients. But he eats. Some of it's got to be in there. I'm not a doctor, but we could turn this into a pet podcast.
Yeah, we could. I've got one of my dogs is under the table right now. He's he's a 5-month-old puppy, so he is.
Nice.
When he's not asleep, he is trying to chew anything and everything that you can find. So,
is that your first dog?
No. We had a dog previously called Loki, and he was awesome. Sadly, passed away last year, and now we have two. Both miniature Dachshunds,
Nice.
wiener dogs, as you guys call them.
Miniature ones? I've never heard of miniature ones.
Yeah. So apparently they come in 3 sizes. There's the regular size, miniature, and then there's a smaller one. Which I can't even remember what the name is, but they must.
I see it. There's one back there on the chair.
Yeah, there's Dexter. He's a year and a bit. And Huey is currently untying my shoes for me under the desk. He is 4 months. So
they're young.
Yeah, they are, and they're.
Are they siblings?
But not biologically, but we think of them as siblings.
Oh yeah, they are now.
They are now. Yeah,
adopted.
Exactly.
Step children.
Yeah, they're keep us busy. Just say,
Well, tell me a
so
little
many
bit about
distractions.
yourself. I know you. Okay, I'll tell the folks how I found you real fast. I already told you, but so reaction management. Um, my my entire September was filled with reaction management artists, and Jay actually came on the show also. That was fun. And anyway, when I was first looking at his website, I was like, and that was around the time when I was looking for a designer for my new keepmanialive.com, and I was like, this is really nice. I like the way this is laid out. It's simple, it's easy to navigate. This is something I'd like to something like that, for the layout. So scroll all the way to the bottom of a website, and usually at the bottom it says who designed it or who I guess designed it, right? And it said Electric Kiwi, and I was like, that's a cool name. So I clicked on it, and then it was all this stuff about you, and you used to have a podcast, a video podcast, and I watched a little bit of that and just read about you and read about the business, and that's how I found you. And then when Jay was on, we couldn't remember your name.
I know, yeah. I'm not gonna let Jay forget that. Come on, Jay.
I don't know. I couldn't remember it for the life of me, but he should have remembered it. I mean, he knows you more than I do. Have you guys met in person?
No, no, we've actually never met in person. I mean, I guess geographically we're not actually that far away, but
There's a
truth
billion
be
people in
told,
Glasgow, I'm sure.
yeah, hell, not that. I think it's about 500,000
Really?
in
That's not bad.
Glasgow. But yeah, I tend not to leave the house all that much because work's so busy. So I'm sure Jay and I will cross paths in
Oh,
person
I'm sure. Yeah. Maybe
eventually.
once you both retire.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna challenge him to remember my name. That is what I'm
Yeah, you
gonna
should.
do.
Your entire
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
I mean, I can't point the camera because I don't know how it works, but I know
There
your
it
whole
is.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got your whole name up here, so I'm not gonna
Oh,
forget now.
you were never in doubt. You were never in doubt.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
I'm not
Jay.
gonna forget.
It's Jay.
Jay's has to remember now. Well, how did you? Well, just go ahead and tell us about yourself, and then maybe lead into how you got in touch with Jay, or did Jay get in touch with you, something like that.
Yeah, so that's yeah. So I guess maybe go back to the start of Electric Kiwi.
Yeah.
Then I've owned that Electric Kiwi domain name since I was 16.
Really?
Because as a typical nerd, what did I ask for my 16th birthday? A domain name. Didn't know
That
what
is
I
pretty
want that domain
nerdy.
name to be.
That's
Yeah,
pretty.
I know. So to go even further back, I've been designing sites since I was 12. Like it was a hobby that I had. My friend Danny and I both designed websites. So it was like we had a little bit of this competition going on. Like every time I was going to her house, I was like, "Oh, let me show you what I built," and then she'd be like, "Oh, let me show you what I built." So we kind of like had a bit of a competition of who could code the best HTML and CSS. This is so long ago. And then yeah, when I was 16, I just wanted a domain name, so I asked for one. Didn't know what I wanted the name to be, so I just kind of was looking around the room and I saw a plug socket and thought electric, and I liked kiwi fruit and I liked the kiwi bird, so kiwi, and I was like, yep, available, bought, done. And I was just like a personal blog for many years before the days of MySpace and Facebook and everything.
Yeah.
What's a 16-year-old going to write about on their blog other than how much they hate school? Yeah, that was it. Um, and then I guess the site, the domain just kind of lay dormant for a while until I went to college and I studied popular music at college, thinking that I wanted to be a musician. Um, and then in our final year, we had to do a promotion and marketing class, and we basically had free reign to do whatever we wanted within that sort of sphere. I decided to build a website for myself as a singer-songwriter and use social media to drive people to subscribe to my mailing list. And I got a really good grade for that and thought, well, you know, if I decide not to pursue the music side as in the performing side, maybe the website side is what I could do because I knew I definitely wanted to work within music, but not necessarily as a performer. And I'd already been doing websites since I was 12, so it kind of made sense to combine the two things
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. Sure.
Um, could I find a job doing that? Nope,
Nope.
nowhere. So I did various jobs after I graduated, none music related. Um, and then I did like a remote internship with a company based in London. They were doing social media stuff. I was doing a little bit of kind of freelance stuff for artists that I'd met online who just needed a little bit of help here and there. Um, so I was doing that to kind of just, yeah, I guess get to know how to work with clients because I'd never done that before. I'd only ever done stuff for myself.
Yeah.
And I also then did I did get a job in Glasgow doing digital marketing, but it was for hotels and wasn't really what I wanted to do. But again, it let me experience kind of the demands of working with clients, juggling multiple projects, all that kind of stuff, while I was still also then doing some freelance stuff on the side. And then eventually got to a point where I figured I'm going to take the leap. I'm just going to see if I could do this full time. And the first few months were, it was the panic of, okay, where's the next project coming from? Is there going to be another project? Uh, can I sustain this? And luckily, it did. I mean, I was really lucky early on. There's someone that I did work for free, um, a singer called Tara Naomi. She was someone that I actually performed one of her songs as part of my college performance back in 2008. So we kind of communicated a little bit that way. And she just posted on Twitter that she was looking for an intern in LA to help with some website SEO stuff. And I just tweeted her back in an uncharacteristically bold way, saying, "Hey, I'm exactly who you need. I'm in the wrong location, but maybe we could talk." And she was like, "Yeah, let's talk." And then I ended up working with her. So
All right. So you didn't
she
have to
then
go to LA
introduced
then?
me. No, I didn't. I didn't. We just, it was all video calls, which
Yeah.
is kind of normal now. But I guess back in 2011, I think that was maybe not quite as common. Uh, so then she introduced me to, she just emailed me randomly one day and was like, "Hey, my one of my friends is going to be in the UK. His first show's in Glasgow. He's never been there before. Would you meet up with him, take him out for dinner, and make him feel welcome?" And I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
absolutely." So she told me his name, and I vaguely heard the name before, but wasn't that familiar with him. His name is Tyler Hilton, and he starred in One Tree Hill. He played Elvis Presley in Walk the Line, and he's a really great singer-songwriter in his own right.
Mhm.
So I took him out for dinner, and that was great. And that was kind of it. We sort of kept in touch a little bit here and there. And then he came back over with his manager at the time, Dion, and I just ended up getting on really well with both of them. And basically, as soon as they landed home from tour, Dion messaged me like, "Hey, we're looking for someone to do artwork for Tyler's new album and new website." And I was like, "I'm in, I'm
Yeah.
in."
Take it.
And kind of from there, just stuff uh, kind of started to snowball in a good way. And I don't really know what caused it. Like some of it was word of mouth, some of it was Google, some of it was Twitter, some of it, well, I don't even think Instagram was a thing then. Some of it was Facebook. So it was really just yeah, lots of referrals and people seeing a couple of things I'd done in the same way that you mentioned, and then just reaching out and
How
doing more
did
work.
you during that time there probably wasn't a lot of people doing what you were doing, but the people that were
Sorry, I'm on
oh, you're
puppy
good.
duty. 2 seconds.
Yeah, you're good.
Kiwi, get out of there, buddy.
Do, 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 do. We'll just sit here
Come
and
here, buddy.
watch.
Oh,
My guest
hang
is
on.
invisible for those of you just tuning in.
I'm sorry.
Puppy
This
dog.
guy,
Hey
oh,
Murphy, look, there's a
he's
puppy.
obsessed with wires right now. So, um, oh, hold on to him.
Yeah,
So sorry.
we
Yeah,
don't want to be biting wires right now.
no, we do not. We do not. So sorry. I think you were saying that you didn't
Oh,
think there was that many people doing
yeah.
that.
If there, how did you set yourself apart from the other people doing the same thing that you were doing? If there was a lot of competition, I don't know back then. I don't remember that far back myself. But
Yeah. So I don't really remember there being that many people doing websites for like musicians in the music industry specifically. I do remember being told in 2011, 2012 that that's what I wanted to do. When I said I really want to focus just on musicians, people said no, don't do it. Um,
yeah, don't put
because
yourself in one category. Yeah,
yeah, like essentially you're excluding yourself from lots of work. And I was like, but I don't care about the other stuff. Like
yeah,
music is really the only thing that I care about. So if I don't get to do this business's website or whatever, I don't really care. I mean, I guess I understand what they were meaning, like financially, yeah, you could probably get more work. You could probably get higher paying work and all that stuff. But I would really just like, but at the end of the day, music is the only thing that I'm actually that passionate about. So
So
that's
work the
really the
hardest.
only clients I want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you work the hardest, and you know how to communicate with them. you know?
I like to think so. I like to think
Yeah.
so. I mean, that comes with its own set of challenges.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So
I
is it?
don't think there were definitely a few people doing it. But I guess made it clear that this is what I was passionate about. Musicians are
Yeah,
the
and
clients that I want to
they
work
might have been
with,
doing
and
other things, other sites too. Not putting their whole into it.
yeah, yeah. And I do remember certainly in the early days, a lot of people said that one of the reasons that they contacted me was because I was very clear about musicians being, the area that I worked in.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like specializing like that, you learn a lot of stuff that's very specific to that kind of group of people. So a lot of artists could then ask me, "Oh, do you know any publicists that specialize in music?" And I'd say, "Yes, I do know a few publicists that work in this," or I can make recommendations based on what I know of work for other musician clients, rather than being like a non-music focused designer kind of, someone asking me a question. I mean, oh, I don't know because you're the first music site I've done, for example. So the fact that I've done hundreds of them now, I can say to people, this is what's worked for another client who's maybe similar kind of size to you, similar genre to you, uh, similar stage of their career as you. I could say this, and this is what I would recommend. And I think they appreciate that, not that they don't have to be the ones that are guiding absolutely everything.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
although I
sense.
do like some guidance, but
Well, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nice
Like
to be able
visions.
to offer that.
Well, what's okay? This is maybe a. I've been sitting here trying to think of how I'm going to ask the question, but you might have been asked this before by somebody else that might have interviewed you.
Mhm.
Okay, like top three things that's that that you think that every like band or musician needs on their website that would um, keeps them separated from like a regular website, like for a business or something. Like, are there like three things that must go on be on a page? I don't know how to ask this question. I'm trying to. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I guess. Okay. What makes a music site that you build different than like a general website for like a business or something? How do you make it different? We'll start with that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in many ways the principles are the same. I think it needs to, be appealing to the audience. It needs to represent the artist, the brand, the business. Like that's all. Like those kind of things are always essential. It needs to be mobile friendly, all that kind of stuff. I think what sets like a musician website apart from, let's say, a business website, it's all about kind of bringing you into that artist's world and representing them in a visual way, and gives you all the information that you might need about that artist. So I think there's a bit more flexibility to be creative than there maybe is in a business site, because you, they're kind of achieving different things, although there is some crossover in that. Um, and I think really it's just about making the website look as good as the artist sounds. That's kind of my philosophy and all that thing. So there are definitely a lot of similarities, but I think you've got more scope to be creative when it comes to the
So
artistry of it.
I'm just trying to ask questions that if bands are watching, and, or watch later, what they might want to ask. 'Cause, I know firsthand websites are expensive.
They
Getting,
can be, they
especially
can be.
having someone design it for you. But there's a lot of people that do them, do their own. There's a lot of places that you could build your own website and stuff. What would be like a couple pieces of advice you could give them for, let's say, their front page? Like, what do they need to have on their, what's important as a band or a musician to have as soon as somebody clicks on their site for them to see?
Yeah, so a few things. So I guess if I start with the visual side of things, I would say it's really important that the website reflects the music you make. So it's got to like tonally has to relate to your sound. Like it doesn't make sense, for a metal band to, use colors or photography that do not tell that kind of story at all. So it's not about being cliched or anything like that. It's just about
Yeah.
setting the expectations, because I think people do make up their mind pretty quickly.
Mhm.
So anything you can do that helps to tell that story is going to be a big win. Um, Definitely have a mailing list sign up. It's something too many people miss. It's great building your following on social media, but if that platform disappears one day and you don't have any way of reaching that audience, you're kind of starting from scratch again. And I've seen that happen way too many times with
Yeah.
various platforms. So please don't do that. And I think one of the things that a lot of people miss as well, is contact information. The number of artist sites I've been to
Me too.
where there's not any way to contact either the artist or their management or their publicist or whoever it might be, it's so frustrating. So please make sure there's a way, even if it's just an email address, one email address, and then, whoever handles that can forward it on to whoever needs to deal with
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I get that all the time because, like, I'm always looking for guests to have on the show, and if I get to somebody that I want to look up, it's usually on Instagram because I found a lot of them on Instagram. Instagram is just great for finding artists if they respond to their messages. If not, I'll look for an email, and if there's no email,
Yeah,
then I just move on. But
yeah, that's the thing.
but then you go to their website and there's nothing, or there's just their label name. Well, I'm not gonna get a hold of the label just randomly. I mean, I don't, I don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, it depends on who it would be. How many hoops I would jump through, because I don't really get like the mainstreams anyway. So might not have to do that much, but I have had to like with Jay. That's how I met Jay. Was
Hmm.
I had to go through him, and I don't know if you heard of Sode Records. They work.
I'm not sure.
Jay has one of they're of course a record label, so they're like the distributor. But one of Jay's bands that he manages is through Sode Records, and that's how I got a hold of Jay. I had to go through him to get them scheduled, which was interesting. But yeah, like it's like I can't. Okay, here's a gripe I had. I don't know if you can relate to this or not. You might, maybe. Okay, so I use Apple Music for everything. Like
Hmm.
that's my streaming thing. I don't do Spotify. I don't like the platform. I just never did. I just don't like it. So when I go and I find a band and they have a link tree and everything, and not usually about 80% of the time they'll say, check out our new song, or you know and you just click on one button on their link tree and it takes you to all the services, and you just click on
Yeah,
whatever service you use. There's a good 20 to 25% of bands that I look up that don't have that. All they have is one link, and it's Spotify. I don't know if that's a European thing, because it tends to be more like bands that I've interviewed, outside of the United States, that just put Spotify only. And I mean, it's not that I don't have the time, but like, I don't want to go type it into Apple Music and search for
yeah,
you, because if it's a common name, there's going to be a billion more just like like, and I just,
yeah,
you know, so I got on Instagram one day and just made a post because it's frustrating, like you're missing out on opportunity. Like, not necessarily for me. I'm not even calling myself an opportunity. I'm just saying, for maybe an agent for a label thinks your music's badass, but he can't get a hold of you, and he can't hear your music because you only have one link. Like,
yeah,
you have a link tree that's, I mean, you can get the paid version, but it's free to use to advertise yourself, and you're only putting one link up there. It's just, I don't know. I only had like a few likes on it, but that was early on. So, but it
yeah.
is
I mean,
frustrating when
you
there's
do
not
have to make
a
it easy.
contact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I think you do have to make it easy. And I don't really know why some would only have the one link, like Spotify. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
I mean, I can click on it, and I do have the app. I just don't want to get on Spotify. I just don't
yeah,
like it. I don't. It's not user friendly to me. But I just never understood that. It might maybe it's going away. I don't know. I haven't really searched for a while. I didn't have to search all month of September, so because I had all. I mean, we were scheduling every day. He would send me like 3 bands a day, and I was like,
oh, Jay's good like that. Yep,
well, wait a minute. I got to look at my schedule too and see. I knew I had nothing, but I have life things happening.
yep,
Have you ever
absolutely.
have you ever had pancreatitis? I know it's a random
No,
question.
I can't say I have. No.
Well, I got it in June, and I was in the hospital at the end of June, and then again at the end of September. And I have these flare-ups. I have to watch what I eat. I have these flare-ups, and I thought I might have to reschedule with you because I had a flare-up this weekend, and I feel pretty good today. But I can't
Good.
I can't cough. I can't breathe because it's like my whole side hurts. It sucks. So don't ever get
I'm
it.
sorry to
Don't
hear
ever
that.
get it if you can help it.
I will do my best. I'll do my best.
I don't think it's contagious or anything. But if you know anybody that's got a healthy one that I can borrow or use for a few years,
I'll keep an eye out. Yeah,
okay.
keep an eye out.
Real quick, we'll take a break here and listen to one of the songs that you picked. But real quick, I want to give a big shout out to Artillery and Storm. The shirt that I have on, it's nice and clean and fresh from Chicago. That band has been on. That was their third time last week. It was the very last show I did. They actually got a hold of me this time and said, "Can we come on? We got some new stuff out." They actually did a cover of Seven Nation Army by White Stripes. It's badass. They did a great job on it. They made it theirs, and it's hard to do. It's hard to do covers, and like my reaction to people doing covers is before I hear it is like, but I knew these guys wouldn't release it if it wasn't badass, and it was good. It's a great song. But they sent me a shirt. They sent me a hat. They sent me like a dog tag and a bottle opener and these like slate coasters and what was it? Oh, a flask. Just because,
Nice. Nothing beats a free gift.
I love getting gifts. I love getting gifts. I'm used to giving gifts, but you know how you have to do with promo. You have to give everything away, shirts, and I've always had stickers.
Yeah.
I'll give stickers away all day. Anyway, let's listen to Two Pretenders.
Sure.
How do you know? Do you know this artist?
Yeah, so Callum's a client of mine. I met his manager through another client of mine, who I met through another client. So this is like the chain
Yeah,
that happens.
referrals.
Shout out to Gareth, who introduced me to Dave, who's Callum's manager. And Callum is doing some big things. Like he's honestly, he's probably one of the artists in Scotland I would say is likely to break it big soon.
I should
He's
get him
playing-
on soon, right?
Yeah, he's playing a big gig at the OVO Hydro Arena in November. He's headlining, which is like the biggest, I think it's the biggest arena in Scotland. He's doing that. He's playing a gig at Edinburgh Castle next year. So he's got lots of stuff going on. Just launched a vodka brand, new album coming out next year as well. So yeah, lots and lots of big things. They seem to just, those two guys, Dave and Callum, are nonstop. Like they're really nonstop, and they do a lot of great stuff for charity as well. They're good guys, good hearts. So I'm really excited to see what happens for Callum next year. I think that this album could be it's his first independent one. He was signed to a major label for a while. So this is, I think, his first independent release. So if that can chart, with their own steam, amazing. So yeah,
Heck yeah.
so yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with them.
And how do you say his last name?
BT.
Beatty. Okay. Callum Beatty, and the song's called Two Pretenders. And is he from Glasgow? Or just from
So I
Scotland?
believe he's from Musselburgh, which is just outside Edinburgh, but I think he's based in Glasgow now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here it is.
Pretenders,
like a like a like a Bruce Springsteen-ish
Yeah,
kind
I
of
feel
deal.
like that with the new material that he's bringing out. There is definitely a Bruce Springsteen
Got a
quality,
great
the
voice.
driving kind of rhythm and the kind of husky
Yeah,
voice. Yeah, there's
great
definitely
voice.
some of that going on.
I have to listen to more to that. That's pretty good stuff. I'm gonna have to get a hold of him too. You're gonna have to hook me up here
I will do my best there
before he gets too
non-stop. Like I
big.
said, oh yeah, I know.
If he has time, nobody has time anymore.
Yeah, time
Time.
is fleeting, I suppose.
Um, I just forgot what I was gonna say. What's does Scotland get a big winter? Do you guys get a big? You guys get snow and crap over there?
Oh yeah, we'll get snow. Like not every year, but yeah, I would say tends to be sort of January, February, sometimes March will be when we'll get some snow. And it really varies from year to year. I
Yeah.
remember some years we'll have a couple feet, some years we'll have just a tiny little dusting of it.
Does it get cold in the
Yeah,
winter? Does it get really cold?
it gets pretty cold. It gets pretty cold. I think yeah, definitely below freezing. At
Yeah,
least at
yeah, yeah.
nighttime. Like maybe not so much during the day. Like during the
Oh,
day
we
we
get
maybe
to
hit
like
just above.
we get below zero. Well, we do Fahrenheit, so what I don't know what the difference is, but like I don't know how to do the calculation.
Oh,
But
me neither.
I should know by
Yeah.
now because I mean I've done pretty much the entire country of England or Great Britain. You know, even with the Ireland connection, that map is just I never realized that until well September. You know, when I had those bands on that. Some of Ireland is Great Britain and some of it isn't. I didn't. I don't know how
Yeah.
I just didn't know that growing up. I don't know what my cat's doing. He's staring at the wall. Okay, whatever. Um, but yeah, that. So I know I had a couple conversations about that with the Ireland natives about if they were in the part that's connected to. But I guess it's been like that for about 800 years. So I should have known that. I guess I don't know.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while for sure.
But Scotland's definitely part of Great Britain, right? Or not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought so. Yeah, the whole thing though, right?
Yeah, all of Scotland is. Yeah,
Okay, all right, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I I know geography pretty good. I just didn't realize that was the case. But I guess there's we won't talk about it. Who cares? Um, what were we talking about? All the weather. Yeah, yeah. So it gets really really cold here usually. Of course, Christmas time one year it was like 80 degrees. We were like barbecuing for Christmas, and then
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't get that here.
the very next year was like -5 Fahrenheit. So I don't know what that is Celsius, but I know it's like less or something, right? Do you know the difference
Yeah, because
version or whatever?
32 is 32 degrees Fahrenheit freezing.
Yes, that'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay, so -5. Yeah, that'd be really cold then.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was like you. So my where I live to from here to get to my parents' house is about it takes about 20 25 minutes sometimes, and I never got warm in my vehicle with the heater all the way up driving that day in that cold. I never got warm. I had my coat on. I was freezing to death when I got there. You know, 'cause your car warms up. It just couldn't. It couldn't do it. It's like Antarctica outside. It's crazy.
Yeah, wild.
I don't like
Oh.
that. I don't like that weather at all.
No, I mean I quite like the cold. Like the weather I like is when it's kind of crisp and cold outside, and then you come inside and you're nice and warm. Like
Yes.
I really like that. But if it gets much colder than that, or if it's really windy,
Or if
I
you
don't like
have to
that.
be outside for some reason for extended
Yeah,
period of time when it's cold, that's
yeah,
when it's brutal too because your nose starts running. Ugh.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I
I
don't.
would
Yeah,
much
I'm not a
rather be
fan of
like
that.
sopping sweaty hot outside than freezing cold because you shake and I hate that. I have big ears. You can't tell because I have headphones on, but they're
Not for
real.
sure.
Well, they're yeah, they are. I mean, they're big and my nose, but anything that sticks out on your face is going to get cold. The quickest and the steak. Yeah, they. I usually can't feel my. I have to keep even when it's like 50 or something degrees outside. If it's a little bit breezy outside, I have to put like earmuffs on because my ears start hurting. It's weird.
No, I do. I get the ear thing. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the top of your ears when it gets cold.
Hmm.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
No,
Yeah, you're
I'd
making
rather
me
get
realize I'm
sunburned up
not a
there.
fan.
Of course, I guess you can
Yeah.
get sunburn in the wintertime too. They say.
Yeah,
So,
I imagine you can. Yeah, I mean I've got sunburn when it's been cloudy, like really cloudy before, so I guess you can.
do
Who
you live in a
knows?
place? Okay, this is another random question. Do you live in a dwelling that you have a like? I guess you guys call it a garden, but we call it a yard.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a big enough yard where you have to mow the grass?
So actually, well, at the back we've just got artificial grass, because I
Okay.
do not like maintenance. At the front we've got a small kind of lawn that needs mowed. Yeah.
Do you
Um,
okay? Do you have it? Do you have a fly mow? Or do you know what one is?
I don't think we've got the Flymo brand, but it is essentially the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, my friend Tom, actually asked him to co-host with me today, but he was working still. But he lives over in Bromley in London,
Okay.
and he came on as a guest, and he's been on a guest several times, but he co-hosts with me a lot too. But we had a discussion for a good 20 minutes one time on the show about the Flymo because I don't get it because it hovers, right? It hovers over the ground and cuts the grass.
So I think it
I don't
looks
get it.
like it does, but it doesn't. I mean, I'm not very good at using. Uh, I'm not really very good at using any kind of equipment. Uh,
Really?
Anything like that is not really. Yeah,
So you
no.
can't like use a bulldozer or anything?
I've never tried that. I don't
You should
think I
try it.
would
It's fun.
trust myself to do that.
It's just like playing a video game. You know, you're just using.
I'm not that great at them either. Oh,
Well, it says on your website you are. Well, it
no.
also says you're not very good at them
It
too,
says I'm
though.
not good. It says I
Yeah.
can't remember the exact wording, but it says despite being a fan of Final Fantasy, which is pretty much the only kind of game I
Yeah.
can play, I'm not that great at video games. Which is true.
You gotta practice. You gotta practice.
I know. It's the coordination. I'm not very good with left and right. That's the other
That's a big
thing.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah,
With-
I do
yeah.
have some trouble with that.
Yeah. Well, don't try a forklift because they have the turning is in the back. I've never tried one, but the turning is in the back usually on those things, and a lot of people have trouble with that.
I
I would.
think I'll give that one a miss. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's
I've seen a lot
not
of
for me.
accidents, like videos on well TikTok and stuff now, but there's a lot of people that have accidents on forklifts. They're
Oh,
not
I can
accidents.
imagine. Yeah, I can imagine.
Um, okay, so um, this is a little bit of an announcement, but I don't know when my site's going to be launched. But my site's done. I moved all my I transferred my domain from Wix to Squarespace because I always heard that Squarespace was better, and I do like the platform a little bit better over there than I do Wix. Um, Not saying Wix is bad, but just my preference. So I'm not any good at building websites at all. Like so, I hired a designer then on Wix, and I hired one over on Squarespace, and I think he's just about done. I need to look at the draft and see if it looks right and everything's lined up. But I was going to ask you for some advice. If you would look it over before I launch it.
Yeah,
I
send it
don't know
over.
if that's I don't know if I could do that without telling him, but of course I just told everybody. So,
Yeah, you did. You did.
but I have to get a second opinion. I have to get a
Yeah,
second
sure.
opinion. I'll send you $5.
Yeah, sure. Buy
No, I
some
just
treats for these pups.
there's one thing that's going to be on there that's not going to be as interactive as yet because the investment's expensive to be able to add the e-commerce part of it to sell like memberships.
Hmm.
And I did that. I did that when I first launched it when I had it on Wix, but I only had one subscriber the entire time, and it was lowest tier. So I'm gonna hold off on that. It'll still be on there, what the tiers give you and everything, but the link will take you to my email, and you just tell me you're interested, and then we'll see where that goes, and then I'll decide. But I don't want to invest in that until if it doesn't land.
Yeah, I
You
mean
know.
that's yeah, because I've had I've had clients say to me before that they've wanted to do something like that. They've wanted to maybe have like a membership kind of side of things, and sometimes it's a tough conversation to have because the artist's ego can be fragile.
Yeah,
So sometimes it's a case of, okay, I understand why you want to do this, and yes, I think it would be great for you, but is now the right time?
yeah,
Because sometimes it's not that you don't have anything to offer because you do have stuff to offer, but building the audience takes time, and building the trust with the audience takes time. And I
right.
think that it's you don't want to do these things too early because then I
Hmm.
think you can get discouraged. if not enough people show interest, you get discouraged and you just kind of say, "Oh, I'm not going to do it anymore." So I think build the momentum, build the support, and build the demand for it, and then
Yeah,
then
yeah,
launch it. That's going to be most successful. So I'm
yeah.
saying that more in terms of artists.
Give examples
Hopefully,
of what you would get. That's one thing I never did was give it like
ask people
what's
what they
bonus
want as
content.
well.
If I just put bonus content on there, they don't even know what it is. If I
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
give an
ask people
example.
what they want as well. Like I've said that to artists before when they say, "Oh, I'm not I'm gonna do some merch, but I don't know what to do." And like, well, ask the people that you think will buy it what
Yeah,
they actually want, because what you think they want might be completely different. So
yeah.
at least get an idea of what people want, and then use that as a at least a guideline
Maybe put a
for what you're going to
questionnaire in
produce.
there with the have it linked to my email, but have a questionnaire come up, about whatever it is. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
always get the audience involved. Get
Yeah.
them involved.
I'm a big visual person. You were saying, pretty much the first impression needs to be what, like if you're a metal band or if you're a rock band, it needs to represent the visual part of your site needs to represent what you're doing, not something completely different. And I'm big on that too. Like when I go to a website, I want the stuff to interact with the mouse and things like that. Like not overly, but in the way that like the pictures like slide in and stuff like that as you scroll. That's in the design. I don't want to say his name, but he did a really good job on that this time. It's not too tacky. It's
Yep.
it
It's
zooms
about
in the
finding
right
the balance.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's like it's what I would have like. It's what I would have wanted. Even like if he wouldn't have put that in there, and I would have suggested it, I still think he would have put it in the because like it's not too much. It's not over.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's perfect. But I don't know
Good.
when
Well,
that.
that's what you want. Yeah, you need to find the right balance, because you're right. I think sometimes, and I find this more when people do it themselves rather than when they hire a designer, is they do too much. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a case of less is more. Like do a little less, and then you can add stuff and subtly tweak it. But no, I think sometimes the desire to do too much and to really kind of grab the attention uh, sometimes takes over the practicality of things. So
What do you think about blogs? A lot of people are doing blogs, and um, I think it was the Wix platform that because they give you suggestions when you go to your dashboard to manage your site. And the big thing that it always suggested was start a blog. I don't want to start a blog,
no,
you know, because then I
yeah,
have to
it's a
continue
tough.
the blog, or then I don't
Exactly,
do it for a long time, and I see a lot of that on
exactly.
websites.
Like that's the thing. I think the suggestion to start a blog is all well and good, but not every artist is going to be a great writer, as in like writing like kind of
Right.
longer form content. You might be great writing lyrics, but maybe just writing a blog post is not your thing. Um, and it can be difficult to maintain. And that's the problem that I see a lot of artists have. Like, so I have to say, I don't really have, most of my clients don't tend to have news or blogs on their sites anymore, because for the very reason of they'll say, I want a news page. And I ask, are you going to update it? And they
Yeah.
say, probably not. We're not
Exactly.
doing it then.
Yeah.
And because nothing looks worse than a news page that was last updated 2 years ago,
Big gap in time. You don't want that.
because
You
it
want
just
up
makes
to
it
date
look
stuff.
like you're inactive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly.
um, so generally, I say no, because that's where the social media tends to do a lot of that stuff for
I
you.
th- I think
So yeah,
I think what bands would ask. I mean, I've kind of been a band. We're kind of on hiatus, but um, I think a good question would be: is a website as important now as it's ever been? Is it still as important? Is it important to have a website at all? Like there's link trees, and a lot of people say that's my website or YouTube's my website, which I hate when people link me to their YouTube page. But
yeah.
when it says check out our website and you click on it, it goes to YouTube. But like, is it important to have an actual website for a band?
I mean, I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna sound biased here when I say yes, because of course I'm gonna say yes
Well, I
as
mean,
a web designer. But as someone that does work with a lot of managers, labels, publishers, etc., I have asked them, because sometimes I do have the moment of doubt myself. It's like, oh, is a website important? And they all tell me yes. So they agree with me that yes, it's important. A few of the reasons being, owning your domain name and having a place on the web that you own, that you're not renting from Facebook, from YouTube, from
Right.
Instagram, who can change their terms and conditions at any time. They've already restricted our reach massively. They could start charging people for, content or whatever it might be. At least with your website, you own it and you know that that's not going anywhere as long as you keep up with your hosting and your domain payments. The whole other story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so for that reason, yes, important. I think visually it represents you. So it's a big part of your brand identity. I feel like people take you a bit more seriously as well when they see that you've invested in a dedicated professional presence. And that goes both for fans and industry. Probably leaning more towards industry. I think they'll see that you are serious if you have that. Um, so yeah, there's various reasons. I mean, I know for me, if I'm looking for a band and they do have a website, I tend to, I guess subconsciously, and it's probably because this is my job, I do view them a little bit more favorably, and I'm more inclined to learn more.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the information's
and I
there.
think
You don't have to click on several
exactly,
things.
it's easy, and like that's the thing. People are so busy. People have such a short attention span. I think
I know it's
if you can
crazy.
send them somewhere that they can find everything, that's going to be much better than then having to search like you did earlier. Like you had to search on Apple Music for something.
Yeah.
If everything's there, I can find right. So I use Spotify. I'll click the Spotify link. There we go. I've got it.
Mhm.
Oh, and I can also sign up to your mailing list. I really like what I just heard. Done. Oh, I see you've got some merch. I might not buy that right now because I've only just found you, but I'm on the mailing list. So when you add new merch, I'm going to find it.
Yep.
So it's all these kind of things. There's so many things that you can do with your site, and I think it's really just about always directing people to it and kind of guiding them towards the actions that you want them to take.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been kind of doing some because the guy that I work with didn't offer. Well, he could have gotten me in touch with somebody, but I just kind of went online and researched like the SEO stuff and what do you need to like you can take online classes and get certified for really
mhm.
cheap that's recognized. I don't want to name any of them, but you know what I'm talking about, and it's really not that difficult. You just kind of have to be aware of I don't, it's kind of hard to explain to like the normal person, like how a search engine works, because it
And it
tells you
changes
all
all
the
the time as well. So it's kind of
yeah,
like you could say something now in like 3 days' time, it's like, oh, they've changed that.
or
So
shorter, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and like you constantly want to try to be at the top of the search, and whatever they type in that has anything to do with the Acute Mania Live, you want that to be there. So I've made my own title instead of hiring another person to do that because I was like, well, I'm good with words. I could probably do that. So I just kind of researched a little bit and then messed with the AI out a little bit, and here we are. Now it's ready.
Yep.
So we'll see how good it works. See how good it works. Well, I think we'll skip over Def Havana since we're kind of running short on time. I hate
Sure.
to do that. I hate to do that, but I think they'll understand.
I think they'll be all right. I
They
think I
gained
think
a
they're doing
fan though
okay.
because I know I've heard of them before, and it might have been their older stuff, but they regained me because I
Hmm.
listened to a lot more of their stuff because I knew that name. So I'm sorry, Def Havana. If you really want me to listen to your music, like come on the show. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. See, I gotta constantly
You've
advertise.
got to do the hustle. You got to do the
How
hustle.
did you guys land that Third Eye Blind guy? Did you know him?
So through a client. So yeah, one of my clients was a booking agent, and he was working with XEB, which is so that was like the ex members of Third Eye Blind
Okay.
uh, came together to perform, and yeah, he introduced me to them. So I actually did a quick site for them, and then yeah, we just invited Kevin on the
So
show.
I have to be a web designer to get the big names. Then is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily, not necessarily.
No.
It's just about I hate the word networking, but that's kind of what it is.
Yeah,
But I
that's what it
feel
is.
like networking is kind of making friends and building connections without an agenda. So
Yeah.
like I think you just never know like who knows who and who's going to connect who with who. So just go with no expectations, just be friendly with everyone and help people out where you can, and hopefully they'll help you out when they can. but just don't
Yeah.
expect it. Just
Yeah.
you know.
I like to get the unsigns and the independent bands anyway, just to they need well, whether they need the attention or not, it's nice to have them and meet them and stuff. Anyway, blah blah blah. I do have I had the guitar player from Power Man 5000 on for the 200th show, I think it was. Yeah, and it turns out I think the algorithm was on my side because on Instagram because he's from Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's not very far from here. I'm
Hmm.
up quite a bit, and I know a lot of his friends when he was in Pittsburgh. So I think that's how we got connected. He was easy to get because I just sent him a message on Instagram. I was like, hey, can I interview him on my show? He's like, yeah, sure. And it was his birthday, and
A
he
lot of
was at
people are
Disneyland
open
with his
to
girlfriend. The interview was fun. Anyway, I do this
I
silly
think a
segment.
lot of people are open to it. It's just sometimes it's just about timing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. And if they answer their messages, because it's hard to email a band because any member might be able to read it and just be like, well, they don't feel like doing the interview, but maybe the lead singer might, but he never sees the email. Anyway, yeah. It's just a hit and miss thing, really. If you have to go through a bunch of agents and things, but I don't know. What do you think, Murph?
Yeah.
Murphy agrees. I do this silly segment at the end of the show, and you dodged a bullet because this used to be called the Wiener segment,
Oh, okay.
and we talked about hot dogs, is what it was. But I did that for a while, and then I got sick of that, so I started talking about like weird landmarks in people's towns, which there's a lot more than you think, and a lot of people don't even think about the ones that are in their hometowns because they drive by them every day or they see them all the
Yeah.
time. They don't think they're weird anymore because they live there. But there were several good ones, and it just kind of died out after that. So I was like, I got on the AI and I was like, listen, this is what because it knew about, I typed in, it knows about me, it knows I have a show and stuff. And I was like, I need another segment. It actually came up with Offstage, the title of the segment. So I was like,
Hmm.
okay. But it turned into a lot of would you rather questions.
Okay.
And some of them are silly and some of them are kind of, the last one that everybody gets is about dicks. So there is some questions like that. I think I'll kind of steer away from those a little bit with you. And there's some serious ones, but there's no right answers.
Sure.
Anything,
Okay.
anything you want. I think I'll try to stick with the would you rather's because they're a little bit more fun. Do you want me to start off silly or do you want a serious one first?
I'll let you pick. You choose. You choose. Yeah.
Let's see here. Would you rather have a permanent wedgie or always smell like a skunk?
I'd probably go with the permanent wedgie. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I like nice smells, so I think that would bother me
Yeah.
too
It
much,
might be a little bit more
and it would bother
manageable
me
too.
that everyone else knew as well. Like I think with the wedgie, at least only I know about it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Would you? This would be good. Would you rather have your thoughts broadcasted on social media, or have the ability to read everyone else's thoughts?
Oh, definitely the first. My thoughts being broadcast on social media is much better than me
Really?
hearing and reading everyone else's thoughts. Oh my God, people are terrible. So yeah, I think I'd rather. I'm fine with people knowing my thoughts. I think that no, there are too many thoughts. I mean, people are already sharing a lot of thoughts on social media that I think maybe shouldn't be shared. So I think if that's what they're sharing,
True.
if what they're not sharing is possibly worse. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
stick.
true.
I'll stick with my answer.
Probably only sharing what they can get away with, really. On there. Would you rather have a tiny, high pitched voice or just be completely hairless?
Oh, um, I mean, how high pitched are we talking? This voice.
I guess kind of like I don't know, like a cartoon mouse or something. That's the only thing I can really think of. Just a really high pitched, high octave,
Hmm.
almost like baby screaming voice.
I mean, being completely hairless, you could buy wigs and stuff for that. So
Yeah, that could be manageable.
I think I would go with the completely hairless because yeah, then I can add accessory.
These are the most
Yes.
logical answers I've ever gotten to any of these questions. So you're doing very well. Even though there's no right answers. I'm just saying, on average, these are the most logical answers. Hmm. Okay, this is just a general question. Um, what's the strangest food combination that you secretly enjoy? Like some people, there was a guy that liked to eat Doritos with cottage cheese.
Hmm.
Anything like that?
I'm trying to think if there's any strange combinations that I do enjoy. I mean, I think I actually I'm one of those people that doesn't really like stuff that shouldn't go
Yeah, stuff that
together.
doesn't
So
belong.
I've never really been someone that like eats like chocolate with cheese or like
Yeah.
dips their McDonald's fries in their milkshake. Like I've
Oh,
never
really?
really
That's the
been that.
best. Oh,
No,
yeah, that's the
I've
best.
never really been that person.
It's better with a Wendy's fries in the frosty than it is.
See, we don't have. Well, I think there's a couple Wendy's over here in the UK, but there's not. I can't think of where the closest one is.
Oh, you're missing it. I just had it last night, actually.
My first ever Wendy's I had, I think, was in New York.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think no, sorry, it was in LA. I think it was in LA. Um, and that was a scary experience. That particular Wendy's in West Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um,
The location.
oh man, I feel like I can't answer this question.
Okay, that's
If I
fine.
think of an answer, I will message you
Okay.
and tell you. But right now, I
I will
cannot
update.
think
I
of.
will update the masses. How many times this isn't on the list, but how many times have you been to the United States?
So um, way back in 2004, and then I lived there briefly for 3 months. I lived in a trailer
Nice. I
while I
lived
was
in
a
a trailer for 12
lifeguard. And
years.
did you? I
Yeah.
quite liked it. Because I was a lifeguard in Ocean City, Maryland,
Oh,
in
sweet.
a kids water park.
That's pretty
Um, so that was fun. So yeah, so I was in Orlando before that. Then I lived there, and then went back in 2020. Have I been there 3 times?
cool.
Wow. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think it's just been three. I think, yeah, I think it's only three.
Yeah, cool. Are you coming back anytime soon? Do you know?
Um, Not soon,
Not planned?
but I will at some point. Just right now it doesn't feel like the time that I, yeah, want to
Our country's
venture
crazy.
over.
I mean, we renamed the Gulf, you know?
Yeah, I
I don't
yeah,
understand that, but
I, I know. I
whatever.
know. I
Nice.
mean, there's a lot of like friends and clients I have over there that I would love to see, but just the general, I guess, vibe of things right now is it's maybe not. It
Yeah,
wouldn't be the most enjoyable visit, I would
right.
say. I
Yeah.
think that's fair.
Yeah, for sure. I get it. I'd like to get the heck out of here, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's what a
I
lot of
need
my
to,
clients tell me. A lot of
I
them
need to
say
get
that to
over
me.
I need to get over to Britain because I got my friend Tom over in Bromley and now you and Jay and I mean I could spend 2 weeks and be fine, you know?
Oh, you could. You definitely could. There's lots to
I
see,
I
lots
did
of history.
I did look it up. Like the best way to get from London to like Glasgow or what Edinburgh would be
Mhm.
the speed train or whatever.
You
But
can
then I
get
looked
train,
at
you can fly.
but then I
You can
looked at
fly
the
as well.
reviews and I was like, and I don't know if I want to. I wouldn't be able to sleep like in the overnight one. You know, I'd rather just
Well, you don't
get on
need
a
to do that.
plane.
I mean, Glasgow to London's only 5 hours really on a train.
Oh,
So you can get a train during the day,
I'll just
up
fly.
to
I'll
Glasgow,
just
five
fly.
hours. Not that bad.
I'll just fly.
Yeah, or you can fly.
But not on that
Yeah.
Jet 2 or whatever, right? That
No, I think it'd probably be British Airways,
yeah, be
that
safest.
you would do. Yeah.
And not that no, Ryanair or whatever. Is
Ryan,
Ryan?
yeah, Ryanair is my least favorite. Yeah. I
Um,
mean, good planes, like very, like I think they've got a great safety record and everything. It's just they charge you extra for absolutely everything. But I think that's standard on budget
yeah,
airlines, really.
there's one that Allegiant does that. I think they charge you for your bags or whatever. I don't know. I don't fly that often. Okay, we'll do two more, and then we'll do one more, and then we'll do the Dick's question because everybody gets that. No, we already did. We already did. Okay, let's see. This. Would you rather be healthy and live to 150, or have endless cash and live to 50?
Healthy and live to 150, I think.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I think there's a right answer for that one. You know,
I
it's
think, yeah, I mean,
50's not long
again,
enough.
it's not really the right answer because I mean, I guess you could have a really great life with tons of cash and just have, as long as you had lots of experiences that you would want to cram in.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the question with the 151 is like how able are you when you're like at 130, 140,
Yeah, because it doesn't say you're healthy.
Yeah.
You know. Well, yeah, it says healthy and lived 150. So healthy, I guess, meaning no problems. You lived 150, but
Then
I
yeah,
mean,
then that
once
to me
you
that's
hit like
generally
90, your body's starting to crumble a little bit. You know, I mean, it's.
yeah.
Can you imagine like 150? What's the? I'd have to look it up. The oldest person that's like 119 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it's definitely kind of quite a bit over 100, but not as
Yeah.
much as 150. So
Right.
I
I
would
don't
say
think.
you're probably about right. So I would say maybe
I don't.
112, maybe
Something like that. Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Everybody gets this question, and this was one of the first questions that I used to do a thing where the guest I have on today would ask a quirky question for the next guest, but
Right.
I would constantly forget to even bring that question up the next episode because sometimes I had a big gap in between episodes, so I just quit doing that altogether. But this was one of the questions for the next guest, and I just kept it because it's hilarious. One thing, but would you rather have dicks for fingers or never be able to taste anything ever again? And this has gotten mixed answers. So it's
Yeah.
really
I mean, I love food.
yeah.
I think I love coffee. I just think everything would just be that like life would just be less enjoyable without being able to taste
But
food.
you have ten dick fingers though.
Yeah, but gloves.
Well, you can make dick gloves. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the gloves. I think that yeah, I'd rather be able to taste stuff.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I did have. I've had several lengthy conversations. Like I'll have a full band on, and they'll all be on a different camera at their own house, and it's just constant back and forth about dick fingers and tasting, and it's hilarious. It's just to sit back and just let them go at it.
Has
Crazy.
any band broken up because they disagreed on the answers to that?
Not that I've heard. No, not that I've caused personally. I don't
Good.
know. I
That's
mean,
good.
I don't know what happens behind closed doors. Yeah.
True.
I don't think
True.
they. I don't think they would say that anyway because that'd be a petty reason to break up. Really.
It would
Yeah.
be. It would be. Yeah. I'd hope not.
Yeah. I think I'm good on that question. It's lasted this long, so and there's raunchier ones too, but you have to watch the other shows to hear them. I don't. I just. I don't.
Oh.
I like that. I'm not saying that you couldn't handle. I'll ask you one of them. I'll ask you one of them.
Okay.
You want one of them? Okay. Now this. Okay. Would you rather not fuck a goat and everyone thinks you did, or you do fuck a goat and nobody thinks you did?
The first one, because no, I'm not getting on board with bestiality. No,
That's
no.
the right. That is the
People
right
can
answer.
think whatever they want. You
Yeah.
can't control what other people think. So yeah,
That's right.
I'll let
That's
them. I'll let them think it. But there's
that's the
no way
best.
I'm doing that. No way.
I need like a. I need a like a door closing when I close this segment or something, and something when I don't know, like a jingle. So much to do, so much to think of. There's so many ideas and just not enough time.
Always the way.
Ross,
Always the
thanks
way.
so much for being on the show. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks very much for having me. I'm glad Jay connected us, even though we couldn't remember my name.
He eventually did, though. I think on the show,
No,
and
I think
or was
you.
it
I think
me?
you dug my name out and dug Jay out of the hole that he had found
Never
himself
again. I'll
in.
never do that again. I
Yeah,
saved him that time, but not anymore. Not anymore. He must learn. Ross Barber-Smith.
that's
Um,
the name.
I always let the guests just let everybody know where they can find you if they want to get in touch with you. Usually it's bands and they give their link trees and all their stuff, but I know you have socials and you have your website and stuff. I will give you as much time as you need.
Cool. I don't need long. So you'll find me at electrickiwi.co.uk.co.uk.
I'll put it in the description too.
Perfect. Instagram is probably where I'm most active on socials, even though I'm not that active there. Electric Kiwi there. And yeah, I'm around if anyone wants to reach out, say hi. But yeah, that's about it. So yeah, website, Instagram, but you'll find me. Search for Electric Kiwi. Don't get me mixed up with the New Zealand-based power company that's also called Electric Kiwi. I do actually sometimes get people emailing me with their meter readings, and I have to reply to them and say, "Nope, wrong one." The
That's
website
hilarious.
clearly says web design for musicians, and yet you're
They don't
sending
see
me your
that
meter
part.
readings. I can't do nothing with these.
People are on that such short attention span. They don't even see that part. They just go right to the
No,
contact.
they're furious. Like, you billed me too much. Here are my readings. I'm like, I had nothing to do with any of this.
So
So,
you just forwarded it on over to the right people.
no, I do reply to them. I do reply.
Do you
I'm very
really?
nice. I'm very nice. I
You
say,
should
look,
write
I'm
out
really
something
sorry.
really long, and then at the end be like, I'm not the one. I'm not the one you're.
Yeah, no,
Not the
yeah. Oh, it's funny.
one.
Yeah. So no, it's
It's a
Electric Kiwi. I did
it's,
have a client once who couldn't remember the name. She heard me on a podcast, and she when we finally got on a call, she's like, "Oh, I couldn't remember your
you could have
company's
called.
name. I
You
knew it
should
had
have
something
called
to do with a
Jay.
bird." She's like, I googled exotic parrot. I googled. So she was just thinking of two words, something bird, and eventually she got Electric Kiwi. So I was glad
Well,
I got
your
that.
SEO work has to be fun then, trying to get
I
that.
actually don't really I don't put that much time or effort into the SEO stuff anymore. I used to, and frankly, I probably should pay a little bit more attention to it than I do. Um, but yeah, I found lately word of mouth has been enough to sustain. And I do get the odd person who Google. One person actually recently contacted me saying they found me through ChatGPT, and I was very curious. I needed to find out how that came about. So that was an
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, yeah.
interesting find. Yeah, they were very specific with what they were looking for, as in like
Yeah, it
very
must have been.
specific. They're like, we need a web designer who does this, this, and this, and ideally they need to be in the UK. Even better if it's
Wow.
Scotland, somewhere near Glasgow, and all these things just lined up, and it ended up being the right fit. I'm not going to say who
Awesome.
it was because he did say, the person who contacted me did say that the artist would be very pissed if
Oh,
they knew that he used ChatGPT for
oh
anything.
well. Oh
Um,
well. People
although
people
I think
use AI all the
I
time. I
yeah,
do. I
no,
mean,
they
like if I
do.
have a question about something, even if it's stupid, I'll just ask Gemini. You know, it knows.
Yeah, I mean, it can be helpful. It can be
I mean,
helpful.
I haven't. I
Sometimes
used to
even
use
just to
my
check, you know.
I used to use my phone as the camera all the time on my show, and I forgot how to hook it up because I just used my camera all the time for like the
Mm,
last year and a half. So I had to ask Gemini, how do I hook it up? You know, and it told me, and here we are. You know,
yeah, yeah, it has
super
uses. I
cool.
mean, one thing that I find it really useful for is when clients send me like a bio, for example, and they'll send it to me in like a PDF. And you think, yeah, this file looks great. I'm going to copy and paste it. But you copy and paste it, but then it adds all these weird line breaks throughout like everything. So I just put in ChatGPT and say, keep all the wording as it is, keep the
I do
paragraph
that.
breaks, but
Yep.
just remove these line breaks. That saves me so much
I did
time.
that
I
with
cannot
yours.
tell you.
If you read your description on YouTube, I did that with yours. I put it in Gemini, and I just don't take out any of the important parts, and just but shorten it.
Just
You know,
summarize it.
you
Yeah.
put a long description on there, and people just lose
Oh,
interest.
yeah.
So I hope you don't mind
Yeah.
the
That's
description
true.
on there.
It's
But,
true. So yeah, it has its uses, but
but
yeah,
yeah,
no, it has uses. I think I'm definitely a supporter of keeping the human aspect of things,
well, yeah,
but
sure, for sure.
the AI can definitely, for the stuff that you don't, that's not going to put someone at work or
I mean, I could
whatever.
sit. I'm pretty good at writing. I could sit and shorten it myself, but AI's a lot faster. And of course, I do
Yeah,
proofread it because they do make mistakes a lot of
exactly. You're
times.
gonna,
You know,
yeah,
I can't
yeah,
stand
exactly.
commas being in the wrong places and things like that. I just can't stand that. I used to proofread my friends' papers before they turn them in, just to make sure every punctuation is right and stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause it gets on my nerves. Gets on my nerves. Well, we're gonna listen to Bloom on the way out of the show. They're from Portland, Oregon. Check them out if you get a chance. And go to electrickiwi.co.uk, right?
that's the one. Yep.
And I'll put it in the description after we're done here, so you get it there. And you work with smaller artists too, right? You don't just work with the big guns. So you work
All
with
sizes.
anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say most of my clients are, I guess, in the kind of independent, unsigned space.
Yeah.
Some very early stages, some a little bit further along. I would say generally, like my when it comes to the independent side, ideally having a couple of singles out gives us something to work with. I think if
Sure.
you're
Yeah.
not even at the point where you've released anything yet, it's maybe too early to be, building a website. Maybe register the domain name. least so you've got the brand protection. But
Right.
yeah, artists of all sizes,
Yeah.
all sizes from 5 followers to I don't know, a million. I think, yeah.
What's the
So
most? What's
I'll
the most you
no.
think? What's the most popular you
ah,
think you've had so far?
I'm trying to think. So I think it's either Leah Michelle or Big Time Rush who have got like 8 million followers.
Wow.
Um, so one of them will be the biggest in terms of followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but the funny thing is sometimes it's like, the artists that um they don't necessarily have the biggest following, have the more active and engaged kind of fan base. So it's always really interesting, and it's really interesting to me how the artist responds and how the audience responds, and then how like my industry colleagues respond to various projects that come out. Because sometimes it's the ones you least expect. Like you think, oh, I've put this out. Like I think I'm happy with it. The artist is happy with it, but I'm not really sure like if it's going to be seen by anyone because of the algorithm nonsense that we deal with.
Yeah.
And sometimes that'll be the one that people really resonate with, and I'll maybe get 2 or 3 new clients just off the back of them seeing that. And then other ones you get really excited about and build it up and you go, yeah, I'm going to share this. Like 2 people see it and you're like,
Yeah.
so you just kind of, these days, you just have to be whatever.
Yep.
If people see it, great. If people don't see it,
As long as you get
what can
paid,
you
you're
do?
good, right?
Yeah, well, that's another story, isn't it? Yeah. And for the most part, people are good with that.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah,
yeah,
it's like anything. It's
for
like
sure.
anything. Just
Well, come back
depends.
sometime. We'll talk more about Jay and stuff behind his back.
Yep. And we'll see
Maybe
if
we'll
he
have Jay
remembers.
on. We'll have Jay on the show, and you can surprise him. Just jump in the Zoom call like halfway through or something. He does want to come back on. He said he
That'd be
wanted to
fun.
come back on with somebody that works with him at his management company. So I'll let you know.
Nice.
I'll let
I'd
you know
be
when that
down
is.
for
We'll
that.
surprise
I'd
him.
be down to jump on and
Like, look who
surprise Jay, and
joined
we'll
us.
we'll just
Look
quiz
who it
him.
is, Jay. Look who it is.
Who
Who is it, Jay? Who is it? You know?
It's never gonna live
Anyways,
it down. I mean, I'm not. I obviously don't hold a grudge. But
I'll have to make a clip of
no,
that.
I think that is just gonna become like mine and Jay's thing. Like next
He
time we're on a
he might
call.
just call you what he wants to call you. You might not like
Yeah. Well,
it.
next time we jump on a call, I'm gonna put my name on Zoom as just like question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, and
Yeah.
just see how long it takes him to
You'll have to
get
look it
it.
up. Look it up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's. I don't have anybody. Let's see. Do I have anybody scheduled? I don't. I don't have anybody scheduled. So if you want to be on the show, hit me up. Let's do it. Damn it. I'm gonna have to get a hold of some people. I've been. Since it's the 5-year, 5th year, I've been going back and getting a hold of the ones that were on a long time ago that I haven't talked to in a while. Things like that. And I kind of died down. After that full September, and then had to go back in the hospital again. So, you're like my first, well, second out of the gate of that. So. But I'm getting healthier. I'm watching when I freaking eat, which sucks because I've never had to do that before. Ever. I could just eat crap all the time and be okay with it, but I can't even eat crap anymore. I have to eat salads and mashed potatoes without gravy. That's, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I will post it up on the site, up on YouTube whenever I get the next guest, and I'm sure I'll be announcing the website launch probably this week, I'd say, because it's basically done. I just got to go sign
Nice. Well,
stuff.
lunch day is always a fun day. I do like a good lunch
Yes.
day, so enjoy it when
I'm
it
gonna I'm
comes.
gonna try to get the designer on the show because the last designer I had him on the show too on launch day, but I don't know if he wants to do that or not, but we'll see. Here is To Bloom with We Can Never Go Back to Arizona, and I will see you all when I see you. Ross, if you have like 5 minutes or something, I'll give you a formal goodbye once I kill the lights.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. We'll see you.